most common reasons that people might have a trust. And I'll tell you the ones that I saw when I was practicing a lot. A special needs family member. Parents want to leave assets to someone with special needs, but that person may not have the ability to manage assets. And therefore, there's a certain kind of trust that can be created to manage the assets for them and make sure that their public benefits are not impacted by them receiving those assets. So that's one kind. A blended family would be another place where you would have a good use of a trust. In a blended family, sometimes there are different designations of who's going to receive what, and maybe assets need to be kept separate, or maybe there are circumstances that aren't going to affect all the people who are beneficiaries. A trust will give you that level of control to have those very specific and unique designations on where assets are going to go. Divorce would be another situation, perhaps, where somebody wants to have a trust. Perhaps you were divorced and you have assets from your prior marriage that you want to keep separate from the assets from your new marriage. That would be another place that a trust would be used. So another good use for a trust would be if you became incapacitated. If you were to have assets that you were managing on your own, and then all of a sudden you became incapacitated and you couldn't manage those assets, they can stay in the same place, and you've designated a person who's going to step in and manage those assets while you're incapacitated. So again, another very useful way for a trust to work. Addiction issues are another great place where a trust plays a role that can be very helpful. Sometimes, again, you want to leave assets to a child who has problems with drugs or alcohol and can't really manage that money appropriately. When you have a trust, you can designate that money to be used on behalf of that person without having to give it directly to them.